Merhaba kanlarım, kanem akrep burtlarım. Hello, my sweet Scorpios and Scorpio Risings. Welcome back, my darlings, to our deep dive.
Welcome, dear heart. So happy to be here.
We are cracking open the cosmos for your December 2025 forecast, and oh my goodness, you are going to want to stick around for this one.
Yes, absolutely. For our Scorpios and Scorpio risings, December brings, well, a genuine sigh of relief.
Oh, thank goodness.
I mean, if November felt like you were just wading through thick molasses, or maybe driving with the emergency brake on.
Yes, that's exactly it. Like waiting for something to happen. It was so heavy.
It was, and that's because we had 5 major planets retrograde.
Yeah.
But as we step into December, that density, it just lifts dramatically.
Okay, so what's changing?
We're down to just Jupiter and Uranus in retrograde,
Mm-hmm.
and the really magical moment happens on December 10th. Neptune, the planet of dreams and, inspiration,
Mm-hmm.
it turns direct.
Ah, Neptune.
Okay.
So that's where all that fog came from. That confusing energy where you just couldn't quite see the path forward in your creative life or relationships, that starts to clear up.
It really does. You'll feel that shift pretty much immediately. It's a move toward clarity, forward momentum, and just this beautiful sense of flow.
We're finally hitting the gas pedal.
We are. And for you, Scorpio, that initial speed boost happens right where you earn your money and, where you pursue your biggest dreams.
Okay, I want to unpack this acceleration because the very start of the month, like December 5th through the 9th, is being flagged as this all systems go golden door moment.
Cool.
What is creating that spectacular ease?
We are looking at a magnificent alignment in the sky. It's a grand water trine.
Ooh.
Just think of a perfect triangle formed by Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn. For a water sign like Scorpio, this is, well, it's home. It's where you thrive.
That sounds incredible, but those are 3 heavy hitters, right? Jupiter the expander, Mercury the communicator, and Saturn the taskmaster. How do they work together without any friction?
That's the beauty of a trine. It removes the friction. So Jupiter's in your 9th house, the house of big ideas, long-distance travel, publishing.
The big picture stuff.
The big picture stuff. And even though it's retrograde, which suggests maybe revisiting a place or an idea, this trine makes those plans concrete.
Okay.
And then you have Mercury supporting this from your 2nd house of income, and Saturn grounding it all from your 5th house of creativity, joy, and children.
So the idea isn't just big, thanks to Jupiter, it's actually profitable because of Mercury.
Yes.
And it's something you can actually build and sustain because Saturn's involved.
That's the key, my darlings, because Saturn is there. Any contracts, agreements, or major creative projects you kick off this week have an enduring, long-tail outcome. This is not a flash-in-the-pan success.
I love that.
If you're launching a podcast, signing a publishing deal, or rolling out a new video series, this energy gives it structure, longevity. It has a real shelf life.
We're not looking for fleeting moments. We want stability. And I have to jump in here, Kamindin Lasum, my dear listener. Make sure you are tracking your rising sign. Yükselen burcunuzu mutlaka takip edin apalarımız konemli.
Oh, that's such a crucial reminder.
If your rising sign is Scorpio, these beautiful energies are hitting your identity, your core personal goals. It's so important.
So important. And speaking of creative output in that 5th house, this first week carries a really specific, lovely potential for personal news.
Oh, do tell.
The energy really points to announcements related to, say, fertility, pregnancy, or maybe welcoming a child or grandchild into the family.
That's beautiful.
Or on the flip side, it could be a huge financial reward that's tied directly to your artistic work, your creative risks. It's truly a time when effort just meets destiny.
That sets the bar high. The first week is absolutely golden, but the cosmos, bless its heart, it rarely lets us just coast for very long.
Not for long, no.
There's a big energy shift hitting around the middle of the month, right? Specifically, December 9th through the 15th. It sounds like a jolt of unexpected clarity.
That's right. We hit a moment of friction, dear ones, right around the 10th of December. Mercury will oppose Uranus.
Okay, what does that mean for Scorpio?
Well, Mercury rules your 1st house of self and your 8th house. That's shared finances, inheritance, big chunks of money. And Uranus is sitting over in your 7th house of committed partnerships, clients, even rivals.
Mercury opposite Uranus, that's the classic shockwave transit.
It is.
So where does the shock actually land?
It lands squarely in your key relationships. This could be a totally surprising development with a major client, an unexpected piece of news from your partner, or maybe a sudden clarification of terms with a business associate. It's like an electrical jolt that just forces awareness.
It sounds like drama, but maybe it's necessary drama.
Often, yes. And what's really fascinating here is that this is the second and final pass of this exact opposition.
Oh, so we've been here before.
Exactly. So if you can, think back to what was happening around November 19th or 20th. Was there a surprising conversation, a sudden realization about a partner's intentions?
Ah, okay.
This transit is basically the conclusion of that story. You're seeing the final, maybe shocking piece of the puzzle click into place.
That's a great tip. Now, right after that shock, we get Mars squaring Neptune around the 14th. This transit feels like walking into a steam room after an electrical storm. It brings this intense emotional pressure, doesn't it?
Absolutely. This is the ultimate come to Jesus moment, especially for relationships and financial projects that have been kind of riding on wishful thinking.
Right.
Mars, one of your co-rulers, is driving your second house of earnings,
Yeah.
and it's squaring Neptune, which has been bathing your fifth house romance, creative projects, in a light that's maybe a little too rosy.
So this is where that famous Scorpio depth is required to just cut through the fantasy.
You've got it. Mars wants action, clarity. Neptune wants fantasy, escape. When they square off, that friction demands you separate reality from delusion. In your love life, in a big creative project, or, critically, in the money connected to a partner or a child's venture.
So you might realize a project just isn't viable or a relationship isn't what you thought it was.
Mm-hmm. It's a necessary clearing of the air. It does require courage, though, to make a move based on that new vision.
But Scorpio is a transforming sign. That's your whole thing.
It is. This energy gives you the force you need to act decisively, to cut the cord from whatever illusion has been holding you back, to a really empowering burst of truth.
So my Nazla Kuslarum, my cherished birds. The first half of December flows with opportunity, then a demanding period of clarity and action. Let's pivot to the second half, starting around the 16th. Our sources are describing this period as quite gnarly.
Gnarly is a good word for it.
A lot of concentrated tension, specifically around finances.
You nailed it. From December 16th through the 30th, we have the Sun, Venus, and Mercury all, one by one, squaring Saturn.
And a square is cosmic friction, a roadblock.
It is. It demands proof of competence. And for you, Scorpio, this energy is consistently hitting your second house of personal resources and your fifth house of creative investment.
This sounds like a budgetary freeze. Is the advice here to just clamp down on spending?
Conservatism is absolutely the key. This repeated theme of constraint means you have to be ruthlessly realistic about your expenses, your savings, your investments.
Right.
The universe is asking you to prioritize long-term sustainability over impulsive, joy-driven spending. You might feel a genuine constriction, like the funds just aren't flowing as easily, but this is what forces maturity in your money management.
That makes perfect sense for year-end planning, the holiday pressures. And let's talk about that final hurdle. Mercury squaring Saturn on December 30th. Mercury rules the 8th house for Scorpio, so this feels particularly stressful for shared money.
This is a serious caution point for the end of the year, my sweet listeners. The 8th house governs that chunky money taxes, inheritance, shared debt, complex legal agreements. When Mercury, which is communication and contracts, squares Saturn, which is restriction and testing, well, things can get strained. Legal fine print, tax discussions, managing an inheritance. It can all feel incredibly slow or difficult.
So that's when you hire the expert, read the fine print 3 times, and you absolutely do not rush signing a contract.
Precisely. Caution, due diligence, and patience are your armor. You do not want Saturn punishing you for hasty paperwork.
Thankfully, in the middle of all this financial realism, we get a beautiful opportunity, a fresh start. The new moon in Sagittarius on December 19th.
Yes, this is your financial reset button, and it's located right in your second house of earnings and self-worth.
So what does that mean?
This new moon kicks off a powerful 6-month cycle for you to create a whole new blueprint for how you earn money, how you manage your resources, maybe even how you shift your professional identity. It's a chance to diversify.
And this new moon is tied into a bigger picture, isn't it? Something about Jupiter squaring Chiron. It sounds very fated.
It is a truly profound aspect, my darlings. A square to Chiron, the wounded healer, often points to this deep-seated pain around feeling undervalued or trapped in work you hate.
Oh, I think we can all relate to that.
And because this new moon triggers that configuration, this fresh start feels destined. It's like the universe is giving you permission to break free of a long-standing pattern of substandard, frustrating, or just plain boring jobs. You're stepping into a path that genuinely honors your worth.
A true transformation. That is the Scorpio superpower. What about travel? With all this talk of the 5th and 9th houses, is there any room for that at the end of the month?
Well, Venus rules distant shores for you. So despite the financial constraints we talked about, the energy from the 15th onward still involves thinking about or planning travel to a far-off land.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that reality check from Saturn allows you to budget for the right trick instead of a frivolous one. And also, with Mars moving into the third house, you can expect more activity, more calls and communication with siblings and your community as the month closes out.
Okay, my huskalpli din leisum, my good-hearted listener, let's bring this beautiful dynamic month into focus. December opens with that phenomenal, effortless flow.
Yes. Bringing sustainable success and personal joy.
Then the middle of the month forces clarity, especially in partnerships, requiring you to shed any self-delusion and just act.
And the second half demands that financial maturity, pushing you to make smart, lasting decisions about your resources and your future.
Scorpio's inherent ability to intuit the truth and embrace transformation seems like the perfect toolkit for this month.
It really is. You have the depth to handle the reality checks and the passion to drive those early opportunities forward.
That's the perfect way to frame it. Kanima Krepler, this month the sky is asking you to merge your passion with concrete steps to transform the deep richness of your soul into reality. Remember, your greatest power is always hidden in your intuition.
Beautifully said. Jalyn Balaram, come on, my honeys. Tell us about those aha moments you have in December. Share that good news with us. Let's meet in the comments and grow this energy together.
And now, carrying all the joy and wisdom the cosmos has to offer, we are moving on. Up next, the wonderful wise Sagittarians. We're heading right over there. Take care of your sweet selves.